Okay, so the guys who are asking for lab setup, course slide, right? So, see, we have sent you a welcome kit. If you have not received, might be you have not filled the G form, Google form, or might be you joined just recently, hour back or two, or might be 10 or 12 hours back. So, those guys who have enrolled a week back, or might be even 2 days back, you all have received the welcome kit, which consists of a few details. One is the learner portal. This is where the recordings will be put up on daily basis, and this is lifetime access for the participant. In case if you go to the welcome kit email, so let me tell you, this is an email. Okay, it's an email format. So you should see something like this. Check if you have the logins. If you don't have the login, you can reply to the same email and my backend will fix it. Second thing that it consists of this welcome kit email was a remote lab access, which is valid for 6 months along with the package. This is where this is basically the emulator. This is where you will have all the end devices that we need for the lab session, like Cisco Catalyst or Palo Alto, FortiGate, and all this uh, devices. The login process is also shared. There are two steps here. The first step is you log into a public IP first. So go through the actual email. I'm just giving a rough idea. So you go through the first over here, log in with your credentials, and then once you log into that server, you have to open a browser. You can open, let's say, Firefox, and there would be some private IP, which is the lab IPs, okay, something like 172, this format. So the instruction is clearly mentioned in the welcome kit. I will also show you the demo of utilizing this today. So in case if later you want to go through the recording and open up your lab session, you can do that. Okay. And this has the same logins that you in the earlier step you have logged into the first page. So there are two steps involved. First, you have to log into this with the credential and go to a Firefox browser. You should see that there would be a bookmarked as well. Otherwise, if not, you can take that private IP in 172.16 range and get into it. So this is for lab access. Regards to the home lab setup, we have given you the ready-made file. Now, where do you get that ready-made file is? It will be available in this, in the Learn portal. Okay. So, when you log into the first portal, when you go towards the class 0, which is nothing but all the Google Drive downloads. So just click on the request button. It will come to us. We will approve your request and then you should be able to download. This might be of some 50 GB, so it will take some time for you to download all the needful thing. Keep it ready, download and keep it ready. And then you can just set up a meeting with my backend team and they will help you to fix it on your home lab. But make sure you are having at least 16 plus GB of RAM with 4 core CPU and at least, let's say, 100 GB hard disk, SSD or HDD, whatever you have it. If you don't fall in any of this, then don't go for home lab setup because it will be very, very slow. You will not be able to do anything. So instead of wasting time here, you can simply go with our remote lab, which is 6 month included. And if you want to extend, we will also extend by another 1 month for free of cost. Okay, so not a problem. In case if any time in future, if you're able to upgrade your laptop, then come back to us. We will help you at those time as well to build the home launcher. Okay, so this is just optional. If you have, you can use it. If you don't have, then we are not setting any prerequisite to have it on your home lab. You can just follow the remote lab and practice it. That's why we are giving you the lab setup from our end. Okay, so once you download this thing, the ready-made files, which is under class 0, okay, and just email the backend. So how do you reach our backend? You will reach it with this email ID and provide the Zoom meeting, or let's say Ultra Vivo or any desk, anything where my backend can see your screen. We need the screen access, and we will do the needful VM workstation installation. Then whatever the file that you have downloaded, we will import it. The backend guy will log into the dashboard and show you how to access the consoles or how to access the device. Okay. So basic testing he will do before he's leaving out that session. So this is welcome kit format. And finally, the support for any password reset, for any sort of infrastructure issue, for any sort of help that you need, right? So we have a backend DL. You can just take the screenshot and put it over here, and my backend will help you with. I hope now this is clear. The format of the recording portal and the remote lab access, home lab setup, and support here. So any doubt? So those guys who are not able to see the course, just take the screenshot and put it over here. There is some chances sometimes, might be if they have not assigned you, then you might fall under, where you have to send the screenshot to them. So those guys who are good, we are on a track. Those guys who may not be able to see all those things, just take the screenshot or whatever you're not able to, like let's say you're not able to uh, log into remote lab, or let's say you have downloaded the file and you need someone who can set up. So whatever it is, properly write over on an email and send us, and the backend will do the needful. Okay, so nothing that we are doing in a live class, it will be taken care of classes. Okay, those guys who are unable to find, I'll just brief on the portal access. Could be you will understand them. So when you go to learn dot network journey, there is a sign in button. So click on continue with email. Okay. So in my case, I will see if I can log in with the student account. Just a minute, I'm just logged. Okay, so you can see that this is the portal, and right now, this is how the portal looks like. So there are those two free demo links which we had in the last weekend. It's been kept in case if you want to go through, you feel free to go through this. And then there is the second section where there is a link, all different type of links available. This is what the class zero is. And then some interview questions and some quiz related material. So this is for your preparation. Okay. So where would be the class recording would be put up? The class recording will be put up somewhere in this section. Okay. So once the class is done today, it will take 2 to 3 hours for the recording to get settled down on the AWS cloud, and you will see it coming over here with the title, let's say class one, and whatever we did today. The next class recording after our successful completion would be then reflecting here. So basically, this is where you have to concentrate. So this section, you will find all the things coming in. So you guys able to see the class zero now? So those who have the access and who says not able to see class zero. Oh, great. So those guys who don't have the initial request, you click on the request access button. Those who have, they would be able to log in and download. Let me see if I have a login access to this. See, this is how the download links contain. It's a mega file. Just download one mega app. The instructions are given inside this. The procedure to download this particular file. And within that drive, you will find all this material. So there are some reading materials, management IP configurations. Okay, so you can see all the reading material for Python theory. So this is what we would be starting basically from today. So the materials are already with you, reading materials. So those guys who are saying that where do I get the notes or study notes or reading notes, that is within the Google Drive itself. And in case if you are using the PyCharm emulator, the PyCharm ID, then you can use this version. It's stable version 2022.3.3 EVNG client pack. This is for the remote users. Sorry, not remote, the local users. Okay, because you might need the putty sessions and all these stuff, right? Putty sessions, Wireshark, and the WinSC. So for that, this Win client will help you. So this will come later on section, DevNet part. These are also somewhere later for APIs. This is what is your file. So it's basically a mega link. You go to mega link. Better use a app because uh it will be something like 40 GB, I believe. And there is chances if your internet fluctuate, you might face multiple times you need to download it, right? So better have an app because app keeps a track of your download. Even if there is any fluctuation, it will pause and then resume once you have a proper internet. I put down the password here. The password is within that document itself. So you can see it's almost 32 GB. There is a way here, download with Mega Desktop. Don't download as is it. It will start the download, but there is chance if you have some internet fluctuation, then it will just get cancelled. The download will cancel. Then you have to restart and lot of things. So if you make use of Mega Desktop app, it will keep track of your download the progress, and it will resume it where it had stopped previously. Okay, so this is that file. Once you have this file downloaded, you can shoot an email to this email ID. This is where you have to now for first few days be dependent upon, and they will help you. Okay, and remember tomorrow is Sunday. Don't wait for Sunday. My backend won't be available. It's better you do it today after the class because they will be there till 8 p.m. So they will be available to set up your home lab if in case you're sharing your screen. Otherwise, from Monday onwards, anything morning 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. My backend will be available. You can take the assistance on creating the local home lab setup if you need. Okay, now I'll show you the process one by one. I've already shown you this. You know how to log in to Learn Portal, how to navigate to My Course, how do you get this class zero, and where do the recordings would fall. So that's clear. Can you give me a yes or no, but quick status so I can move to the remote access and show you how to access it? Okay, fine. So that was with Learn Portal. Now I will show you the second one, that is remote access. Okay, remote access. Go back to that welcome kit. So let me open up one of the participants' welcome kit and I'll do the live demo. And parallelly, if you want, you can also test your lab along with me. So let me open a person who, okay. I'll just go with the latest one. Let's see. Okay, I got one of the participant welcome kit details. So when you go to that particular email, welcome kit email, you will find on the second section where they have mentioned the remote lab access. Okay, which reads out something like this. First, you have to get inside to this server. This is like a Bastion server or a terminal server for us. So we will get inside this. This is the way to get into that. It might ask you for initial setup and all those stuff if you're logging for first time. And there is also another pop-up sometimes that get reflected. That is authenticate or cancel. So click on cancel. If you receive another pop-up at this page where uh, you want to see this one. So if it asks you for another credential, so basically this is not needed. You click on cancel. There is option for cancel. If you try to even enter your password that was sent over on the email, it will not work because this is the administrator password that it is asking. So if you try to enter your password at this step, it will never going to work. So it's simple, cancel this. You don't need that authentication. Next, you can simply finish this setup if in case it asks you a couple of times. So let's say English, next, skip, and start using Ubuntu. You can all close this, don't send, cancel, close. Okay, this is how the desktop would look like. Go to activities, which is on the left hand side. There is a browser which you can see in the bottom. Click on that, and there's a page which is bookmarked already. If you don't have this page, don't worry. You can, of course, type the private IP, which is again given on the email itself. So if you do 172.16.24.5, so it's a HTTP request. Okay, sorry, the dot five has been changed to 62 something. I think some of you might have received the email that dot five has replaced to dot 66, 66 or 62. One second, I have to check that IP. Or let me go with my IP, which I remember. Okay, so for you guys confirm because users are created in different VMs. So not required that all of us are on .88. So in case if whatever is given over on email and if it don't work, then simply check with the backend team. Now let's say if I want to log in with my credential. Okay, so I got the IP, it's 62. Let me log into 62. And whatever the initial password that I entered, get inside that. You can save it so that next time it don't ask you for the credential. Now, this is where you have to first check if you are on the same user ID that you are being assigned, and you get this. Okay, if you feel something is missing here, you can take the screenshot and notify. Otherwise, don't worry, you continue. You have this link here on the left hand side. So click that. And for some people, that open button usually don't show up on the same screen because of the way this is assigned. So once you click on that, there are three new buttons which are on the almost the center of my screen. So if I just scroll bit, you will see these three buttons. I'll click on open, and this is how the labs look like. The same thing you get with the home lab setup as well, which is on the remote lab too. Okay. Now, few things that you can do. You can right click, start them each one of it. Okay. We don't need all of them at once. just to see whether devices are loading. You have the necessary console. You can just right click and start them. How do you get the console? Double click on it and it will open a pop-up. You can see the image is being getting extracted, getting powered on now. So those guys who are using home lab setup, you guys need a PC where you want to put the PyCharm, Python, and all those stuffs, right? So that is this machine, the machine which is called as Win Management PC. So you power on that as well. For home lab people, either use this, you can use this, or you can use outside of the browser, might be somewhere in local. Because what happens in the home lab, see, I'll tell you the two different setup that we have. Say, for example, in the case of remote lab, in the case of the remote lab, this is your emulator or lab. This is your lab. And within the lab itself, we have given you all the needful things. Okay. You have that management PC. So you have management PC and you have all the devices on the same thing. Management PC on devices, Cisco or whatever devices it is. And you are connected to them. So this is a remote lab. Whereas in the case of home lab, you have all the devices within the VM workstation, within the lab environment. And let's say if this is your laptop or operating system, you can keep the required management things over in this PC itself. Because keeping everything over here on your machine can slow down. You might feel, a bit of lagging and all those things. So it's better you maintain all the management areas like installation of Python, PyCharm, and all the things on the base machine itself. And over on the workstation or the virtualization, the one which you guys would be downloading, you keep only the required devices only, the end devices only. You can keep it here. You can keep as well on this itself the management PC, but it will slow down. Okay, because we have given on our side a very high resource to this, like almost like 100 GB of RAM we assign here. So if you have that kind of capability, you can do it in a single VM itself. We have given around 64 CPU, which you only can expect from like data centers or very big high level of servers. Yeah, on a laptop, usually you might be running a 16 GB RAM and you might have four CPU, right? So don't try to keep everything in the virtual. You can just keep the devices inside the virtualization and then keep the rest of things like Python, PyCharm. They will, however, be able to talk because we have done some NAT adapter configuration on the VM. So they will have the same IP address. Say, for example, if you are receiving the IP range 192 series, the same thing you also would have been on your management PC. So they will be in the same network. Don't worry, we have done that kind of setup. So you just have to engage my backend and they will do the needful installation. You don't have to even worry about you yourself doing that. Include my backend and they will help you. And keep the PyCharm outside and rest you. I will be showing how do you configure, how do you test and all those things I will be showing to you. So this is bit different and this is bit different. So I'm telling you in the live class itself because you may not be familiar with our infrastructures, right? Okay, I'll go back to that student machine. See, I've kept all the things in this is a remote setup. So I've kept everything in the management PC. So he has to open this again, double click, and this is what he get it. So this is for a remote end, not local setup. We have assigned 100 GB of RAM just for dealing with this instances. The password is test123, T in capital, uppercase, and rest are followed by lowercase. And within this PC, you will find PyCharm, Postman application, Microsoft Excel. We need it for some automation purpose, inventory, reading, etc. And regards to usage, those guys who are saying they're unable to copy, etc. These instances have internet accesses. So we encourage if you can share your script over on a third party services and get it over here. Definitely, copy paste do not work in this scenario, but there is a alternative ways. If you are aware of some third party websites like just paste it, you just have to paste whatever script you are might be going to test or something. Or the simplest option is if in case you can bring your Gmail login to this. But if you don't want to log into Gmail, then I'll give you a third party service. Just copy this. Okay, this is a text. Let's say this is a test to see copy paste functionality. Now I'll click on publish. Okay, it's asking me for some basic check if I'm a bot or I'm a human. Now this is what is being temporary uploaded, and this is what the link is. Okay, so you can click on or you can just type it. It's like a short URL. So how do I go and do that? Let's say this was my management PC. You just have to pay type that inside this and use it. Or whatever is your file sharing service that you're using, Dropbox or Evernote or OneNote, whatever you have, you can use it. Okay. Copy paste will not work for you. That's something you will not find in this scenario. So let's say if I wanted that, so I'll say just paste dot it. And what was the extension? CXRA0. Okay, so here is your script. Let's imagine this is the script. Now you can copy and put it over on your PyCharm instance. So let's say if I create a new file, Since this is the first instance, it will take some time to get settled down. Then you can get just keep it powered on. Whatever instances you need, you can just keep it powered on. Okay, on the first load, you will see that the interpreter might not have been selected, even though we have installed Python. So what you have to do on the first attempt is click on this. Do you see over on the right side at the bottom portion, it says no interpreter, right? If you click on that, so it is now indexing. So as I told you, the first instance will take 10-15 minutes to settle down. So once it's settled down, you have to select the right interpreter from here. Okay, if you don't have the permission, then just take that screenshot and reply to the welcome kit email. Okay, as I told you, there is chances some human errors could have happened while creation or creating the instances. So you just let them know, and they will fix it today itself. So you can see that the scanning process is going on. Since we just started this for the first time, it happens. Okay, it will proceed with the scanning process. So you're good till this step, the remote lab access. It's basically the same. The remote and local, it will almost be the same only. You will have all the same kind of topology and the devices. It's just the way the management PC would be kept. On the remote, you will see it within the lab URL. You will just power on it and start utilizing it. Over on the local machine, since you would be on a very limited resources, we have not kept management PC because management PC itself will take a lot of resources. So we have kept it outside. Your own base machine, you can treat it as a management purpose, installation and all. And since we have a NAT adapter, they can still talk to each other. The ping, SSH, and all that will still work. Okay, I'll just unmute you guys. If you have a quick question, you can let me know, and then we can just go with the next area here. Do you see the unmute option now?
Hey, hi Sagar.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, so Sagar, how I mean, how do you check the files in the Google Drive? You were showing us the files, right? List of files in the Google Drive link, the PDFs and everything.
Okay,
Is that
is that not available?
okay? Let me check. And I was getting error, so that's why.
No, I told you, no, it will be asking you for request access, so you have to click on that.
Okay. Okay, sure. Also, I mean, I will send screenshot to the backend team because I'm unable to. It says permission denied for the lab, remote lab setup. I don't see any the
Okay.
lab.
Yeah, yeah. That probably they may not have given you the proper settings. So you just send them. They will do the
Okay.
next.
Is your back-end team working over the weekdays or only the weekends?
No, they would be available 6 days a week. So only
Okay,
on Sunday they are not available, and their working hours are 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. IST Indian hours.
okay, thank you.
Sagar, this one paste part, right? See, just paste dot it. You have done right.
Mhm.
From my this Python, PyCharm, everything. I have to keep it in my PC, or everything will be here only.
Which setup you're talking about, remote or
Remote
local?
remote setup.
Yeah, if it is remote setup, then you have the PC here in the lab itself.
Okay, just try to remote here and paste issue. You are saying no from remote PC is the paste issue.
Yes. So what you can do is inside that management PC, see inside remote lab, inside management PC, it's having internet access. So if you want, you can bring your any Gmail ID or something which you're not actually using it. You can use it for that purpose to store or to access the G drive or something. Otherwise, if you don't want to log into any of your Gmail ID, then this just paste and all these are the third party thing. So you can just put the needful things from your machine, get this URL and open up in inside the management PC, and then do the needful copy from here.
Okay, got it.
Or whatever learn portal that we have given to you, you can log in here itself. That is also fine, because if you open learn portal, might be because see, in the learn portal I will give the script for what we discuss on daily basis, so you can download here itself on this PC itself.
Okay.
So how many of you are yet to receive the welcome kit?
Sagar, one more question. So, for temporary purpose, you said for 6 months, a remote lab is valid, right? And after that, if I have a higher configuration laptop, then you guys will help us in future also, right?
Yeah, yeah, that is right. Correct.
Okay.
Sagar, in the management PC, I'm able to open it, but when I open the PyCharm, I click 2 to 3 times, but it's not opening.
It will open. It will open because since everyone, see, now there are like 20 people, and from my old batch, if they would be accessing, so it will take some delay to open it.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So you guys can try after some time as well. Okay, those people who are accessing the home lab setup, the initial credential is student. So try this. This is for home lab setup.
Uh, Sagar,
Yeah,
for
yeah. Go ahead.
remote log setup, right? Login setup. In this case, actually, the resources are shared to everyone, right? So, how we will manage that? For example, if I'm using one device,
Mhm.
if I'm pushing some configuration, that
No, it
device.
is not. It is not shared by everyone. Your lab setup is for you only. It's one-to-one basis.
Okay.
So that's why don't share the credential with others. Then it will be like a shared scenario.
Okay.
Everyone has their own credential to access their own device. These are all brand new devices. You have to configure now onwards for your next 6 months. You have to have it with you.
Okay. Now, thank you.
So the first day, you might find that they are running on the blank configuration, home lab or remote lab, whatever. They would be on a blank configuration. So you have to configure the basic management CLIs to get the ping or the SSH start working. So just discuss that. So you will then can do it. Okay, just a minute. I just wiped one of the device. So if there was any config from the previous config, it will be wiped. Uh, it will be wiped, and we can use it from scratch. Okay. If I double click this, press enter. So some people just stop at those lines. Press enter so that you can see the console. Now it's a brand new device with no IP configure. So you have to start preparing your device with IP management so that you can start using them for the scripting and the automation purpose. So this is a Cisco Catalyst iOS device. The minimum configuration that you need here is, so we will prepare the config now. So let's say host name, user name, admin, privilege 15, password Cisco. Interface, you can look at this diagram. So they are on gig 0/0. All the management connected to the DHCP server is over on gig 0/0, the red lines. I will say gig 0/0, no shutdown. These are layer 3 switches, so it's better you disable no switch port and make them layer 3 capable interfaces. And then give this command IP DHCP and go with IP domain. because the routers will not let you bring up the RSA keys. Crypto crypto key crypto key generate RSA modulus 1024. This will bring the SSH keys now. And then go to line VT5 024 login local transport input SSH. Just a time execution in case if the script is not getting disconnected, your device on being idle timeout. You're basically setting a idle timeout here of 10 seconds if there is nothing. This is optional command. You don't actually need it, or if you put, that's no problem. Rest of the commands are all mandatory command. You cannot miss either them of it. So host name, username, interface, IP domain. Don't need of any static IP. These are all will see, it's a home lab or a remote lab. DHCP is sufficient because we have configured our labs in such a way that you don't have to worry about placing an IP and doing a lot of network stuff. This is a very minimum configuration that you need. Once you have this, it's better you write it because not every time you will prefer doing this. Once is okay. So if we will do copy now, those guys who are using this kind of browser based lab, there is a tricks to copy paste within the device. So for example, if now I have written on my notepad and if I double click, it is giving me another web based console, right? Where long back ago we only had that putty or secure CRT, which used to be right click to paste it. But these days we have a browser based also. These are HTML5 based consoles. So you just cannot right click to bring it. So there is a trick, Control Shift Alt. So when you do that, you get this clipboard, copy the config which you had prepared, paste it here, click on the second option, text input. You get this small navigational, or you can see the footer where the cursor is blinking. And over here, you can just right click and then paste it. Okay, and you can see that the lines have passed. So give it some time. There will be the DORA DHCP process. It will fetch one IP from our DHCP server, and this is what you got it. And if you now go and check, show IP into brief, there is one management IP. Okay, you can see the management IP. You can see the rest of configs, all that is placed here. Okay, like a regular Cisco device. I always recommend first do the self SSH test. Okay, don't blame the script, don't blame the infrastructure. There is chances you might not have done either of this line. You might not have done this. You might not have configured this. So your own device is not properly configured, and you will start blaming that you are not able to reach from the PyCharm or Microsoft Visual Studio. You're not able to connect. The SSH not working. Ping is not working. That could be chances that your own config is not properly copy pasted. So how do we do self testers? If this is the IP that I have got it, I can take the self SSH over here itself. I'll do 172.16.24.84. Okay, it's asking me for the username. I'll say admin, enter. So I got the prompt, and then I'll type the password, and I'm in now. I'm inside the device. If you see the users, there will be two users as of now because I was already connected via console and now I am over on the VTY process. And I can see that I'm connected via VTY as well. So after some time, it will auto disconnect because we have that 10-second of execution timeout, right? Execution, if no one active after 10 seconds, it will disconnect. So it's fine. It's just a test to see that I'm able to connect to the device or not. You now the second step is the tool that we are using for writing the script. If you go to the footer section of it, there's something over here like terminal, Python console, and all those things, right? So this is like your regular CMD. If you open CMD, which you have in your Microsoft Windows, or if you have terminals, you can use either one of them to ping. They will give you the same result 172.16.24.84 was your device, right? So you have the reachability from the machine. Otherwise, the best practice is check from the PyCharm instance itself. So ping 172.16.24.84 and initiate it. So from PyCharm, it's working. The ping is working. You can also check for SSH now 172.16.24.84. Yes, Cisco, and you have the access. Okay. So for the very first time, when you got the brand new things, bring up the device, prepare such config, paste it on them, and definitely make write mem because from the second instances you don't have to redo this process and do the self testing. So once you finish the self testing, you have ping and SSH working. That means you're good to go. Good to go in the sense you can, in case if you have any knowledge of writing script, you can do that. Otherwise, as you know, our curriculum has some systematic approach. Let me once show you that in case you joined recently. So we will start with the theory first. Okay, I don't take you directly to the lab. I'll first go with the initial things. So probably today we will finish off the setup and all that, the welcome kit and what is all these things, the basic infrastructure we will finish off today. From the next class, we will start with the theory section. So this will take us another, might be two, three, might be two more weekends for us. And then only the labs are going to get started. Okay. So you guys are clear with whatever we did till now in today's class. And those guys who have never done management config, for you guys, when you go towards the class 0, and when you have this access, okay, when you get this access, I'll show you where do you get the management details of all these devices. You can open up the PDF which says management IP. Okay, if you double click this, scroll somewhere, I'll tell you the slide. Yeah, somewhere over on slide number 51, 51 or 55. So 51, I have given all the Cisco management, which we just did a live demo today. Okay, so this you're supposed to do it. Now interface can change. those time when I prepared the document, we were having fast Ethernet. Nowadays, it is Giga Ethernet. So you have to make use of gig interface like I did here. So don't go with the fast Ethernet. Make use of gig Ethernet and no switch port. It's better to have no switch port. The reason is some of the devices that we are having over on the labs, these are all L3 switches. So by default, they would be having interfaces capable of switching. So if you put no switch port command, this additional command, this is basically no switch port. What will happen? These interfaces are now capable of IP routing. So just put one single command on these switches. Routers you don't need. Even if you just copy paste, it will give you invalid and proceed with the further lines over on the router. But here on the switch, until you do this, this command will not take or work for you, and they will never get an IP here. So I'll give you this. Okay, I'll give you this. Give me 1 second. This is the config which we prepared just now. So I'll just take the screenshot of this. Okay, I have put that and the SSH command, the way to take the SSH command. -L here says username flag. Okay, that means you are going to define the username. Some people have a way of SSH username at the rate device IP. You can go with that as well. But in some versions or some operating system, that will not take that at the rate does not work. So in that case, that's -L I have seen it will work in almost every case. Ubuntu or MacBook or Windows, this -L will work properly. So you guys can use them. Okay, I was showing you guys about the config. So Cisco IOS I've given you. Cisco ASA firewall configs is here. Arista vendor is here. Juniper is here. And apart from this as well, there are some more devices which don't need initial setup. Say for example, Palo Alto. If you just power on Palo Alto and FortiGate, they will give you some dashboard. And using that dashboard, you can basically get into the access. You just need to know the default password of it. So you can just Google it, default Palo Alto password. So it will be admin and admin, and get inside that using the management IP and that initial password. Just get inside to that. So for example, if I open you the Palo Alto, okay, let me see what's the credential at my end. Because on the very first time we are supposed to change the credential. So keep something which you can remember. Otherwise, you have to wipe it and reconfigure the password. They don't need any management CLIs or something, but the credentials are most important. I think I have lost mine. Let me retry one more time. Admin default. So let me try with this. Okay, so in my case, I have after the default password change, because once you log in with this, they will ask you immediately to change the password. So I for a better easy to remember purpose, I always set my Palo Alto password in this way. So you guys can also keep it this way because it will help you to remember. Otherwise, you have to then wipe it, reconfigure that, which will take a lot of time. So what's the way to check the IP here over on the Palo Alto? Show interface management 2432. Let's say 2432. These are all HTTPS requests. Okay, no port number. Don't go with port. This is the Palo Alto admin and the same credential. Username is admin now, not root. Credential is same for CLI and graphical. So this is where PA got loaded. Similar way, you can bring up almost all the instances. CSR is iOS XE, which we might need for API configurations. Guys, I think someone is not muted. FortiGate is the same process. Arista, same process. You have to initiate that and do the initial config of it. Okay, and guys, regards to the management PC, yes, you try after some time, okay? Because I have to once restart your instance because it's early morning and we just got into the class. Well, once after the class, I will see and I will do the needful. You can try after some time. All right, guys, we can conclude. Let's have some Q&A because I think we are going in a high level now, and you guys will start missing. So let's have Q&A for now. Let me know your questions or anything so I can help you. And
Yeah, hi,
as I
sir.
told you, most of the things you can talk to the backend and get the stuffs like access issue, password issue.
What about the Google Drive? We don't have access. Share the pick
Yeah,
in one.
just click on that request button. Okay.
Okay. And we
Yes,
don't have Juniper device in the lab.
Sorry, I didn't get you. Come again.
Juniper device, Juniper platform. I don't see any device in the lab.
Yeah, it is there. No VXRS.
Okay.
Sagar, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I'm working in Aruba switches environment. I don't see here Aruba devices. Is it
No,
will just
see the corner end devices we are not keeping, but if you have a special request on only your instance, then we can help you. But again, the challenge is if we get such images. If you don't have images, we cannot help you. And Aruba is not something which everyone would be using. So
Mhm.
some request based on user, we can give it. Like FI is also something which we can give it to you. Just send us an email saying that you guys need this, and we will add it on your instance.
I do have the image.
Okay,
But
you have it.
I'm just
You have
asking.
it in the format of these ISO format, ISO file.
Yes, yes.
Okay, which we can
I'm
use
using
in
an EVNG.
GNS or EVNG, right?
Yes, I'm using an EVNG.
Okay. Then
So
you give us
the
that
script
image.
will be fine, right? So
Which
the
one?
same script, the same script that we use for the Cisco switches. So it will
Yeah,
be
bit of changes you have to do on the this portion,
okay.
price type, and definitely the commands will be different, but rest of the things will the same.
Okay, then that's fine. Thank you.
Yeah, those guys who are asking for other vendors, you need to give us the images for them. Okay, may not have the access for all the images. Something which is very popular over on the networking side, we have the images, but for some we may not have it. Okay, so for that you give us the image which can be used inside EVNG, proper image, and we can load it, and that's how we can help you. FI, we can help you, don't worry. It's a very regular images.
And Sagar, we will cover AWX tower as well, right?
Yeah, AWS, we will cover that. Ansible.
Okay, so can we see any automation with the ACI with the AWX?
ACI again, something not resource this one. So for ACI thing we have in the sandbox. Okay, I will be giving the API things over on that portion. Again, that's a Epic controller in the sandbox, not end-to-end data plane testing, but we can see still the dashboard fetch and dashboard any bridge domain or any tenants you want to create. We can see that level of automation for ACI.
Yeah, that's okay. If you can include that one, that
Yeah.
would be really
Yeah.
appreciated.
ACI, we cannot include this. ACI, SD-WAN, we cannot include in this because they themselves are very high intense reserves. So for that, you go with the Cisco DevNet labs.
Mhm.
There are some open labs which you can go ahead and utilize our infrastructure to connect with them, because you will receive a public IP for Epic controllers. So you can just create and fetch something. So I'll show you how does the sandbox lab works, how the ACI you can access from here, SD-WAN controller you can access. So for them, you use the DevNet box.
Yeah, thank you.
And for home lab setup, as I just told you, send an email, backend team. They are active. They will help you with the needful setup. Okay.
Sagar, how did you get the terminal in the different tabs? For us, is asking to open into the terminal or something. VNC link systems. How did you get that terminal in the tabs?
Where exactly you mean to say, inside the lab?
That's right. Just go into the lab, please, and double click on any. Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, can you see? Can you just once check if you're being active on HTML console or non-HTML console?
Yeah, I'm in non-HTML console.
Yeah, I think that is the reason. You just activate HTML console there. Click once and then you get the tab option.
Okay, let me try it. Thank you.
Sagar,
That's
so
yeah. Thank you.
the fourth tab which you're sharing, like Python Ansible API, is that the PDF, the one, the Google Drive link? Yeah,
This
this
one?
one.
No, this is a website.
Okay, because I mean, you were showing us before, right? The classes, class one. I mean, I think is that
Yeah,
I forgot.
yeah. That is a learn.network journey.
Okay,
I
can you
think you
show
were
me again?
referring to that portal access, right? Where I showed you the Google Drive and all those things.
Okay, so in the Google Drive, we will have all this.
Yeah.
Can you show me again?
You follow the welcome kit email. The first section
Okay.
over there is learn portal. So that way you can get into that.
Sagar, in Network Journey portal, so we are having two downloaded videos, like one is Python 2024 and one is Python Network Automation August this 2023. So is
Which
this
one?
for
Which one? Come again?
so if you check in a Python journey, sorry, in the learn.network journey,
Mhm.
so we are having two video content. So is this for the reference or like?
So I think you're referring to demo classes, right? Two demo classes.
No, Sagar. So we are seeing Python Network Automation Feb 2024 weekend and Python
Okay,
Network
yeah, I
Automation
got
August
it.
2021.
Yes. One of them is for your reference.
Okay, okay,
So, in case if you want to go through my last batch recording, you
okay,
can go through it. And the one which you're attending is the live session. The videos will come gradually on a daily basis.
okay.
Okay.
So the contents are in this course, some more contents are added, right?
No, it is same. Last batch also I took the almost same batch, same content itself.
Okay.
You receive that because in case if you want to expedite your learning, you're preparing for job interview, then you can go through it. Parallelly, you attend the live classes also.
Okay.
Okay. Welcome kit gonna consist from your. Manish, I think I'm somehow losing your words intermittently.
Oh, no, it's okay. I think one of the guests have already made it. You already
Okay.
cleared that. Yeah, 2023 and 20.
Okay.
So I was just bit like confused, like what to refer, like why this is 2023 is coming. So you make it clear. Yeah, thank you, Saga.
Okay.
But I think we are all the part of the network, but it's still this automation is new for us. So most of the things like before the access, let the access be granted because things are getting bouncing back. So we'll go for the recording. Let's see how it comes.
Yeah, sure.
And Sagar, how many months this course will last?
Yeah, it will be for 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I've informed my backend also that they would receive some queries regards to home lab setup and all those things. So you guys know the process, right? What to do next? You can send email. That is easiest way to track. If you put on the group, the common group, now that might go to page 2 and then we might lose the track because now everyone will start sending message, a generic message, etc., so that your concern might go to page 2, page 3. So better send email at least for the initial few days, and once the things are settled down, then you can utilize group for any technical thing, any reset or something, because hardly we will see this kind of general questions, right? So make use of
Yeah.
email, and the backend will help you to solve them. All
And
right. So
also,
we'll wrap
Sagar,
up.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
See, it might be like a very quick to ask, but just wanted to ask, like, how do you rate the expertise level or the intermediate level of the Python automation learner, or we can say beginner? So, see, this is new thing for us. So, what I'm trying to say is, like, if a guy is able to, or like, able to access such a device, if you're able to pull the configuration, able to send the send command and multiple command and able to get the IP from the external source and able to save the config. So what level would you rate, and like how much more we may need to be get to the expert level, or we can say like maybe end of the day 70 or 80% of concepts.
Okay. See, have you attended the demo class which I took last weekend?
I don't know, sorry.
Okay, you watch that. Those recordings are in the web portal itself. So almost all your question I have answered in those demo class. So today onwards, we are starting the actual classes. So I believe that the basic ground level, like all those things, you would be aware of it. Anyhow, if it is your first class, you once go through those two recordings because it was a good interactive session for 1.5 hours, two classes we took on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, it's
Okay.
in the portal itself.
Sagar, Manish this side.
Sure.
Can you help us to paste the two links for the last demo classes? I'm having something issue with my YouTube, like so that's why maybe I'm not able to access it.
You don't have
So I
YouTube
need,
access at all because what
yeah,
happened?
in my current laptop it's blocked actually.
Okay, because in the web portal we gave reference to YouTube only.
Yeah, that is why. So I need to log in my like some personal laptop
Okay,
and
then I think I have to download that video and then give it. Okay,
uh,
that will take some time.
no. You can just do one thing. You can paste the link only. I'll
Mhm.
check it out. Some in other, like in my mobile
Okay,
or
okay, yeah,
something.
yeah. Link I
Both
can give
links.
you.
Yeah, both links you can give to me.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll give that.
Yeah. So the things are like once the access will be sorted, then maybe like we are able to be good with this lab.
Yeah, yeah,
We
sure.
have just raised some access request, so yeah, please ask back and like if they can proceed it in the next like 2 hours, 3 hours. So
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Okay,
thank you, sir.
regarding disconnection thing, I mean, once you are done, you can log out or log off or power off the devices. Then Control Shift Alt will bring once again that clipboard which I was just showing you.
Yeah, yeah.
And there is one option here to disconnect and log out. Okay, this way you can disconnect. And if you want to reconnect, then once again the same URL and get back to that. All right, it will take some time. Just play around with those things given in the welcome kit with 1 or 2 times, and I think you guys will catch up the things. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah. Hi, yes, tell me.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, yeah, good
Um,
morning. Yes, please tell me.
yeah, I don't know how to put this, but let me just get it across. The reason why I'm actually in this class is that I'm not new to automation, but I have a few years of exposure to it, let's say 3 to 4 years exposure to it. The challenges I've been having all these years has primarily been um, privilege access on the network. There are certain security accesses on my network that prevent me from doing certain things. What I want to understand, for me, the particular reason why I'm here, it's how to, I think you already gave an insight into who to help us, which is your support guys. Is how to you see the lab you shared on the screen, the network interfaces, how to set up all of those, and then to establish that connection to devices. I don't have problem with scripts. I don't have problem with most of the APIs. But what I really want is how to be able on my own to establish a remote connection to a device so that I can launch my script. So basically, personally, for me, that's where my challenge has been coming from. And that's why I'm in this program specifically.
What exactly you want to do? Sorry, I didn't understand. Come again.
Um, um, what I want to familiarize myself with, it's basically how to establish those the socket connection to devices. Okay, for example, I have a personal lab on a Dell server, and I'm running Proxmox on it. I have my GNS is there, my PNet is there, EVNG is there. I also have other what do you call it? Um, Red Hat, Windows, and some other softwares, even CSR. What I want to learn is how to interconnect all of them together such that, okay, even from my CLI, because I've noticed from my direct laptop, I can access the back end of my GNS, my EVNG, and my PNet lab, and even from CLI on my laptop, install images on the lab itself. But the challenge I am having is, okay, if I want to run scripts now directly from my laptop or from any one of the virtualized systems, my Windows 10, my Red Hat, to run scripts from it to my labs. That's what I want to learn.
Yeah, for that you can initiate some cron jobs, right? You can prepare the script and schedule it in case if you want to run the cron job. And if in case you are asking about the management IP config, which also you can do it from certain libraries, but not with NetMiko and other things, because for that you need to have the management configs done already.
Yes. So are you going to cover that in this class?
Yeah, I will give you some pointers for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Fine then. So those guys didn't receive Google Drive, guys. It's within the Learn portal itself. Just open up those section on the left hand side. You will find it. And still you don't, then just send an email and my backend can help you. So are we good? Any further question? Okay, fine then. We'll connect in the next class. Have a good day.
Hello.
Okay. Thank you, Saga.
Yeah.
Hello, Hi,
You can say.
Sagar.
Yeah.
Hello, Sagar.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Abhi Patil. Just I joined a little bit late today, and just briefly, just give me the 5 minutes what spent in this class, and just credentials so I can access the details and all.
You joined 5 minutes before.
Yeah.
Okay. So see, for you do one thing. You ping me over WhatsApp, okay? Because
Okay,
you
sure.
like
I'll
to
ping you there.
disturb the other people who are from
Yes,
different time
yes.
zone. You
Sure.
just ping me on WhatsApp. I'll guide you.
Sure. I'll ping it right away.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
The
thank you.
session was very detailed and clear. Thank you.
Thank you.